Sometimes you start touching it, letting your combinations go.
And then he should have been, he was on the road to trying to like he is right. If you ain't going there, get it. He started with the body.
Yeah,
Real good.
I told him. I said, sad body. He started hitting him to the body while he was on the road.
Real good, but then he let him come out and just dictate with that distance. Right?
Distance, that's what happened. He gave him distance.
So you gotta take that away. Well, you gotta stay sharp.
The rivalry just got personal. Shakur Stevenson has issued a brutal warning to Lamont Roach Jr., promising to whoop him if they ever step into the ring together. With both fighters exchanging confidence and growing calls for the matchup, tension.
Got one hand, both my hands hurt. I'm better than these guys. I'm the best fighter in the sport of boxing. I understand hit and don't be hit. I understand everything about the sport of boxing, and these guys can't beat me, so I'm not.
On the other hand, Lamont stated that after winning a championship, he expects his rival to come back aiming to reclaim the same belt. He described him as the best fighter at 135 and added that their matchup would determine the true number one in one of boxing's most competitive divisions.
Championship, I know he'll probably want to reclaim it, be champion, the same belt that he had. So, you know, we'll see. I think that's a fight. I think that's the best fighter in the division at 135 pounds, and I think that will define, like, you know, who's the best at 135, which is one of the hottest divisions.
Lamont also called a fight with him at 135 or 140 very fan-friendly due to their shared sparring experience and mutual awareness of each other's skills. He praised Shakur Stevenson's defense, but stressed his own aggressive, competitive style, saying the fight would be non-stop.
I'm at 35. Either way, at 35 or 40, I think that fight will be more fan-friendly than people think. And that's because I've shared the ring with him. I know how good he is. I know how good defensively he is, and I know that he knows how good I am as well. And there's going to be a level for respect for each other, but it's going to be minimal, and it's going to be very. He's so competitive, bro. Like, he's so competitive. So the fight is going to be like, it's definitely going to be from ding to dong, one of those. And I'm going to be aggressive regardless. Like, that's just who I am. So I'm really.
Adding to the breakdown, Coach Stephen Bredman described Lamont as a difficult fighter to evaluate in certain matchups, noting that he sometimes has opportunities to raise the intensity, but does not always take them. He added that factors such as the weight class would play a major role, making the outcome of the fight difficult to predict.
You know, there's times in the fight where Lamont could step on it and he may not. That's a hard fight. I would have to figure out what weight they're going to fight at and all of that. You know what I'm saying? That's a hard fight to determine.
Shifting focus to Shakur Stevenson, Bredman praised Shakur as one of the best fighters in the world, but noted that if a matchup with Lamont Roach took place above 135 lb, he would lean toward Roach. He added that his view could change depending on the weight at which the fight is eventually made. Right now, if it's above 135, I will favor Lamont. Music, but I don't know where the fight would be. I don't. Shakur is one of the best fighters in the world, bro. He's one of the best fighters on planet Earth. Greg Hackett also described Lamont Roach versus Shakur Stevenson as a strong matchup, noting Roach would force Shakur to fight at a different pace and style. He added that Roach brings sharper shots, good speed, and solid power, making it a competitive fight. Oh, that's a great fight too. Because he's going to make Shakur fight on a different wavelength, though. We're saying with a little bit better shots, so a little faster too. Punching a little harder. Meanwhile, attention also shifts toward another major possibility, as Ryan Garcia has shown interest in facing Shakur Stevenson at 140 lb, adding even more hype around a potential blockbuster fight. Make 140 comfortably. I trust, the people in my team around me. If their opportunity presents itself, I would love to fight Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson has welcomed the idea of fighting Ryan Garcia. calling it a major high-stakes clash that fans would want to see. He also highlighted the strong commercial appeal, noting it would be one of the most profitable fights in the division. I love the fight. I think that's perfect. I think it'll be a lot of excitement to that fight. It's a big money fight. Meanwhile, Ryan Garcia sees a fight with Shakur Stevenson as a technical chess match. Respecting Shakur's defense but questioning its ability to withstand his speed and timing. He feels Stevenson hasn't been in with anyone as explosive as him and believes sustained pressure could disrupt his rhythm. I already beat a slick fighter ready Devin Haney, which is longer, stronger, and faster than Shakur. So Shakur is better defensively, but he's never faced a guy as fast and with timing like myself. Would you say that's probably the hardest fight for you right now? No, it wouldn't be a hard fight. It would just be a thinking fight, and the thing is, you could think all you want. When punches are coming at you too quick, your brain can't react. I don't give a circumflex what you got going on. Your brain too, you just get hit, get rocked. In response, Shakur further added that he would do what it takes to make a fight with Garcia happen, even adapting to different conditions to finalize the deal. He added that he could face Garcia at 140 on open terms or step up to 147 with certain limitations, emphasizing that he is willing to adjust the terms if the fight gets agreed. So you have a rehydration clause at 140. No, I don't want a rehydration clause. Oh, you don't. So if he comes down to 140, you don't want the rehydration clause. Only if he comes down to 147, only if he comes down to 147, you have to go up to 147. Do you want the clause? Or you don't want the clause at all? I only want the clause if I go up to 147, but I don't plan on going up. So at the end of the day, I don't need the clause. We can fight at 140. Building on that, Robert Garcia described the matchup as a clear contrast between power and technical boxing. He explained that the more explosive fighter could take control if he manages to force a stoppage, while the other would need to rely on disciplined distance boxing and avoid trading. In the end, he slightly favored the puncher to get the win. I think Ryan's probably faster, bro, and I could take that back. Maybe the Bradley the same, when it comes to fast, but I know Ryan has a lot more power. Ryan hits a lot harder than Shakur, so right there, any punch, Devin Haney all over again. Could be, never know. I don't know about you can't count Shakur cause Shakur is talented. Talented, but it's still an interesting fight. I would like to see it. If Ryan were to fight him and it became concrete, what would he need to do to win that fight? Try just press and then try to win by knockout. Cause I don't think he'll win a decision, but try to win by knockout. And he has the power to knock him out. What do you think Shakur needs to do if he had a chance? Just fight the way he fights, smart, keep him on the outside, just use a long jab and counter punch and speed. Don't try to get in there and exchange, cause if he tries to exchange, he'll get hurt and get knocked out. If music, you could pick who wins that fight. If you had to choose, a circumflex, I can't go against Ryan anymore. So David Benavidez also called a potential Ryan Garcia versus Shakur Stevenson fight a close high-stakes clash that would generate major fan interest. He acknowledged Stevenson's skill and rising profile, but stressed that real legacy comes from taking big risks against elite opposition. Benavidez urged Stevenson to take the opportunity while it's still on the table. It's not an easy fight, it's a 50-50 fight. It's a 50-50 fight. Like I can't, I'm not going to say Ryan Garcia go knock Shakur out. You know what I mean? I'm not saying Shakur's going to go knock Ryan Garcia out. It's a 50-50 fight, and that's what we want to see. So but like I said, that's just my opinion. If he feels like he's not ready to go up to 147, everybody has their opinion. Just like me, I'm not ready to go up to 200 lb, you know what I mean. So I was just saying, that's just my opinion. David added that turning down the fight could mean missing out on a key opportunity during Stevenson's prime. He emphasized that champions are defined by taking high-risk challenges rather than avoiding them, and noted that elite fighters adapt no matter the size difference. He encouraged Stevenson to accept the fight while it's still possible. For him, having this he's able to have this position, and him not taking that is going to hurt him, because at the end of the day, he's in the prime of his career. How old is he? Like 28? Yeah, he's 28. Yeah, music, so he's becoming in the prime of his career. So, for me, in my opinion, I think these are the best times where you should take these fights, you know. Make the biggest fights happen while you're in the prime of your career. I mean, then I'm not saying he's not going to be in the prime of his career when he's 30. 32, but this is really when it becomes he could really get the best out of himself right now. So but like I said, that's just my opinion. If he feels like he's not ready to go up to 147, you know, everybody has their OP.